Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the winners finals of the Rising Star 2v2 tournament, and in the teal color, this is Avi Rapier with his buddy in the dark blue, Dark Knight, and together they are Los Poderosos, and Serena and Yap Yap are their leaders. On the other side of the map, this is Chechos Pros, and we've got Zonated Soul. Oh wait, sorry, those guys are Los Poderosos, and the other team was Dark Ice. I just got the colors wrong. So let's fix that real quick, and yeah, now it's accurate. Now it's accurate. So much better. Alright, so Team Los Poderosos are shooting down the Sentinels. Prize pool for today's event is 180 pounds. That's like 240 USD. Tip top players can't play. Top 8 are banned. Just for being too sweaty. Nah, everyone else gets a chance at winning. It's good. It's still very competitive, like these players are rather good. Just the most experienced big boys are sitting this one out. They'll be back for the Pro League, of course, next month. Honor Guard's coming up. Usually the Honor Guard is a really good way of dealing with the Tier 1 Yap Yap business. Wow, Dark Sora says, literally just downloaded the app to watch. I'm assuming that's Twitch. Thanks for that. That means a lot. These gamers are working hard to entertain you as well. Okay, got the Jerome out. Of course, mixing that up with the Honor Guard should be pretty good, but the Jerome aura will very rarely actually help Shippy Mac ship face over there. Ooh, that's a good landing right there. Very nice. Should be able to clean up the ice now, and then everybody can move much better and easier. Jumpback brutes are gonna get a 6 stun off on these choppers. So easy to take them down right now, but the Honor Guard, 3 of them immediately evaporate. And suddenly the blue army is made of essentially nothing. Chechos Pros is gonna cut through this like butter. That's wild. Chopper can do a little bit of shoot and scoot, but that's about it. The Honor Guard is pretty fast himself, so he can mostly catch up with them. Certainly can catch up with the sniper, who's like the only thing that can detect it at the moment. Lucky to not get the double swipe there. Again lucky. But the luck is over. Well, actually, Team Red might be on the struggle bus here. But as the choppers get taken down, that will very quickly change. Sniper's doing what it can to thin out the infantry a little bit, but Team Red also has snipers, 2 of them in fact. Ooh, great micro on that sniper, did you see that? Zonated Soul playing like a god. you shake those snipers a little bit, you can actually dodge the shots of other snipers. And 2 sniper shots on a sniper means a kill. So as you can imagine, with the slow reload speed as well, that really reduces DPS and allows you to win the fights. Now the chill bros are getting hammered. Yikes. Okay, honor guard's coming home. I'm not sure what's here. Oh, the chill bros, of course. Not quite able to run at full speed once in the aura. But the honor guard is fast enough to catch up anyway. Yeah, quick kill. Grants himself the 1 star. It's much more powerful now. And he's got upgraded as well for the tier 2 upgrade. Mercenary rough, and with that, this honor guard becomes nearly unkillable in tier 2 here. We'll see what Abi Rapier comes up with, but so far it's just 1 ranger. It's not going to be enough. The honor guard could come to his base right away and mess up anything that comes out of it. Even with 2 rangers, that's true. Even if they're supported by the engineer. Go up to like 4 or 5 and then we're talking. But until that time, well, that is probably gonna be a lot more difficult. Oi, what's this? We've got a new YouTube member. That's rare. Nyoki Waves, if I pronounce that correctly. Thank you so much for the membership. Did that actually pop up? Let's see if it does. I don't think it does work, but thank you nonetheless. I'll see if I can fix that later. I'm pretty sure we have a pop-up for that, but I might not have activated this correctly. Oh, I know what it is. The Twitch and the YouTube ones are separated, right? That's what it is. Is that a defensive heal or an aggressive one? I think it's defensive. So far the buildings are holding. Please don't shoot me now. Being over, the brutes can get to work, and that extractor won't last very long, and then they can just move on to the next one. Team Red's absolutely overwhelming Dark Eyes here. And I'm not sure it's going to be easy to hold at all. They have no units. They need to train some more. Even the ice cream truck is going to go down to the Invisibro. Absolute mastodon printer, these guys. You get a mastodon, and you get a mastodon. Everybody gets it. Abi Rapier has been destroyed. And with that, Los Poderosos is now up a point in this best of 5 series. Alright everyone, we've got ourselves a game 2. Los Poderosos is now in the blue. However, there was a bit of a swap as we had to rehost. Sorry for the confusion. Zonated Soul is here as well, and they're playing as Warriors and Serena together. On the other side of the map, we've got Dark Knight and EC Jolteon. They are Dark Ice together, and they're playing as Forge and Generator coming up. Not sure what EC is doing. Missing a building, that's for sure. Okay, there's a generator now. I guess when you go chopper, you pay for it a little bit. Especially if you go out for power all at the same time. Send everyone to power, nobody to supplies, so that's why you had to cut building time. And Zone to Soul is also getting mini base stolen, so this might be a little bit of a disaster for Team Red here. Especially if he gets another click off supplies, which he might have done, but anyway, he has the mini base now. Lagging, apparently. Well, it's just one of those days. Chopper's getting made here. And these guys will also need a bunch of brutes to break these minis. But with Zone to Soul being the only one here, that should have been shared between Checho's pros and him, I think. He's trying to get out of Warlord. The Warlord might be able to hold this at bay. I think the Chopper is probably just going to get eliminated there. Jackrabbit ditto. Team Red's defending okay so far, but they have no minis. Save for this one. That's a little hard. They do have the Forge Hog though. Rushing the Forge Hog is always difficult, but Decimus can certainly do it. Once the Warlord is showing up, he might be taken care of very quickly. Especially together with Vortex and the big slam. Already halfway across the map, tons of grunts following up. More chill boys are heading towards the base, but there's already gonna be 2 turrets. So this is a really nice defense, I think, from Team Dark Ice. Have Lost Poderosos gotten a little too confident, maybe? It's entirely possible. Ay. Those choppers getting caught. This isn't good. If Team Dark Eyes can't defend here, they'll already be down 2-0. Not the place you want to be in a best of 5. As much as I'd love to see a reverse sweep, it's just hard to imagine. That's a lot of scouts. It's enough to even make the Warlord run away. They've done a good job reclaiming that back mini base, and now I think Team Red actually has a chance. Wasn't the best of stuns. Like, you ideally want to hit a bit more of these, but it's easier said than done when so many choppers are around to ram you. Yeah, Team Blue has to go back to the other side, but they are tier 2. Zoned Soul is still working on it. Nearly has the power, but they're getting extra bases behind it, so as long as they don't get completely rinsed up front, everything should be fine. Ish. Especially if they fight on the ice. Oh, what is this? Suis into the Euro. Yeah, that's gonna do nothing. Oh boy. These guys are doing a really good job of holding on as well against the choppers. Another kill. Dude, that warlord is a Chad. Got some jackrabbits trying to create some trouble, but I don't think it's happening. Chetros is holding the base. He's getting his warlord upgrade. Hammer stun. And then he can pump out some hunters as well. So Dark Eyes may have held. They may be able to pump some Vortox now, and whatever is gonna come out of this red base. We're about to find out. It's nothing. It is nothing. This is only one Warthog and he's getting stunned. He's sitting in plasma and the grunts are peppering it too. Very big problem. The 2 jackrabbits in the main aren't going to do anything either. There's a turret coming up already. Chopper's trying to counterattack. This is also cute at most. Warthog has been destroyed in fact. Now it's all about the regular hogs trying to hold. The grunts aren't the best base breaking tool, but you know, you give him Boundless Siphon, you give him a Vortex 2 support, they might be able to break through here. Well, all those Warthogs have been taken down. Very nicely done. Breaking up that turret very nicely there. Don't forget the stun also impacts the turret, so it actually stops shooting when the hero hits it. Oh god, and we've got the ice cream truck now coming up as well. Dark Knight is pretty much screwed here. He's looking for a way out. He's not about to find it just yet. As his base gets frozen, his income gets frozen as well. And those brutes can tank the turret while actually tearing it down. It's crazy. The suicide grunt attempt. It will hurt the hero a bit, but not enough. Not even close. You see, Jolton doesn't have anything. Not sure what he was doing this whole time. He's not been making any units. And it really shows. He's got a lot of resources. Yeah, that's unfortunate. His buddy, meanwhile, is getting absolutely annihilated. There are Dark Skies brutes here. Even the mini base is getting taken down in the back. I mean, this one was gone for a while already. But this is a triple brute pump, right? That's why there's so many. Oh, excuse me, 4 brutes at a time getting pumped by Checho's Zonated Soul, just gently supporting this, really. Well, now with Kodiak, so not that gentle. But you get what I mean. Well, Dark Knight's toast. That's gonna be a 2-0 so far for Los Poderosos. And Mr. Jolteon here just needs to move on to the next game, really. He's not gonna wait for them to destroy his bases, right? I hope not. Some Kodiaks are trying to help, but they're long gone. In 30 seconds, they will disappear. With Vortex, this tier 2 base is just gonna evaporate. Look at that. What health bar? No health bar. There's nothing there. You haven't seen anything. Oh, hello there. That is blue. That is more blue stuff. So it's all coming in with the real help. Why isn't he leaving? They must be arguing on their call. You guys will have to get every last one. Ooh! Warlord actually has 2 stars there, by the way. That's that. Yep, 2-0 so far. Welcome everybody to Vault. This is Checho's Pros. And his buddy, Zonated Soul, is here too. They're playing as Atriox and Isabel. That's Team Los Poderosos on the other side. Red color, EC Jolteon. Yellow color, Dark Knight. That is Jerome and Colony here for Team Dark Ice. They're on their last life. Of course, it's a double elimination tournament, right? So they technically have another life in another series. But for this series in the winners finals, this is really their last chance. They would have to reverse sweep, win 3 games in a row in order to make it to the grand finals right away. But what's very likely going to happen is that they have to fight through the losers finals. They're playing an extra set compared to Team Los Poderosos, which could be tough. It's stressful, it's exhausting to play an extra best of 5 on top of everything that's already happened. So that's the advantage really that the winners finals winner would have. I like the raid camp on the side, and so far the mini base control for Team Blue is significantly better as well. But it doesn't look like they're going to be stealing this top base. There's nothing there, so that could have been done better. But Team Blue is pretty good at picking up all the resources around the map, so there's that. No brutes here, and typically scouts rule the early game anyhow on Vault. You can make an argument for hero and core units with a little bit of support, but yeah, you'll probably have to go grenades and grunt mines in order to support that rather than the anti-infantry. Choppers are just tough to fight, especially colony choppers. But Checho's Pros being Atriox, the Chosen should be able to deal with that for the most part, unless there's a ludicrously high number of them. Jerome is out. So many Jeromes today, it's unbelievable. That's Alice. And Mr. Jolteon has got out his Capitano as well. But he can't fight off all this. He'll be happy enough to get his upgrade there and then maybe come back, but you still don't want to fight all the brutes. Yeah, maybe from max range, just pepper the army a bit. take some heat off the base now that the upgrade's done. Yeah, using the engineer is also a nice idea. I like it. Putting the skits on the grunts actually instead of the hero is interesting. But the mini base does eventually go down as there's not enough healing coming through. Grunts are quickly getting dispatched off. And both sets of players are fighting a 1v1 basically. Here, UNSC mirror is pretty peaceful between the heroes and the infantry. Nobody really wants the business. As for the Banished, it's just a heavyweight fight between two of the strong heroes in the game. Brutes play a key role, of course, if they can get the stuns off. Basically stop the one of the heroes from shooting. We are certainly seeing some really good jumps here. Well, the Chosen's gonna go down, isn't he? Yes, but also the Mech Blast. Holy cow. That did a good amount of damage there, but the engineers will save the day, it seems. Let's not forget the Capitano's siphons as well. See, that wasn't nearly enough. If this infantry had come over sooner, that would have been great, but I think Zoned Soul has left. What? Alright everyone, turns out that was a disconnect in the previous game, so we're pretty much good to go for a replay, as things were still pretty equal. Chetros Pros in the blue color will be playing, and Zoned Soul in teal color will be playing as Atriox and Isabel. Same leaders as before, of course. On the other side, Dark Knight and EC Jotian will be playing as Jerome and Colony. Both players more or less sticking to their own side. Jackrabbit does not want to mess with the chopper. And actually what's different about the match this time is that they spawn randomly, right? That's always what happens, that you get assigned your slot randomly. And now it's not UNSC versus UNSC on the same side, but Banish versus UNSC on both sides. So this game will play out quite differently from the previous one. You can't choose where you go, by the way. Chopper is getting overwhelmed here by 3 Marines. Definitely gotta leave. And there's no skit with it. That was a little bit mistimed there by Mr. Jotian. Working to bring it back now. Commander Jerome's heading out. Nearly trained. Dark Knight has the middle mini. But it's a 2v2 mini situation here. On vault every time pretty much. Atriox's Chosen's happening as well. I slightly favor Jerome in that situation, especially with sniper backup. So it might be that these guys will choose to go together. But if they do, Jerome's buff will impact the Colony army, and the Hunter Captain buffed by Jerome is just absolutely nuts. Okay, we got some Hellbringers out. They'll be able to handle the brutes once they are in high enough numbers. Exactly what I predicted. They'll be doubling up and try to get rid of this mini base ASAP before the Hunter Capitano gets here. He's on the far side of the map and he's slow. Teleport not available until 4th point. So this is a long trip to take. Meanwhile, the more mobile Alice and Chosen can do some serious damage here, forcing Dark Knight back. Yeah, Jerome and Colony together are insane, but to get their heroes together when they're spawning on far sides, then yeah, that will take some time. Jerome does go down there. I'm surprised he didn't pull back into the engineer. That would have been some very useful support, but now the captain takes on so much of this damage. 2 heroes are shooting him at the same time. Can he out-heal, out-siphon this? Alice is getting away just slightly. Seems so far so good for the Capitano, man. He's focusing down the Chosen and it just about gets away. Wow, that's nuts. In the garrison now, but gets still shot down. Oh my god, this thing is at full health. It can solo them. Spartan trying to dodge some shots, but it doesn't work out. And as long as Dark Knight just remakes a hero, Team Red technically is in a better position. Very nicely done. Drop coming in that might actually clean up the mini base. There's just very little here to defend it. The snipers are doing their very best, right? But honestly, Mr. Jolteon here did such a good job of just plowing through all the armies with this superhero Capitano. It's gonna be very difficult to stop, actually. And they're going, like, this train isn't stopping anytime soon. Wait. Is he like grouping up to go to the main, or well, at least it's Expo? I think Jerome has got this covered, right? And Dark Knight's in a good spot. But speaking of Jerome, he isn't actually remaking the hero, is he? He's going tier 2 and then getting the hero. Makes sense. Got some Mastodons out also. As expected. Colony is colonizing over here. No surprise there. I'm not sure the Capitan is gonna have a great time with hero and snipers and potentially mines. Oh wait, the chopper actually takes the snipers out with the ram, and alongside it the mines. Never mind, not gonna target the sniper, but the skitterers are. That range from the garrison is just nuts. Another sniper goes down. And the Monkey are still working on the base. Zonated Soul has disconnected again. But this time both of them have. They're giving up, I think, this time. So Dark Ice will be definitely victorious in this. They're just plowing through everything this game. Power off, Colony. Alright, we're not gonna wait for that. Alright, we're here on Fishers. And this is interesting, guys, because of the other team, actually. Chechos Pros here and Zoni Tetsola playing as Johnson and Colony. But this is where the business starts. Jolteon here and Dark Knight are both playing as Banished. What is going on with that? So we're not gonna have any Nightingales, we're not gonna have any Snipers early on, but you do have the Honor Guard who can kind of serve as the individual guy to pick things off. I'll be really interested to see how that develops. We already got a war in the middle. Chopper trying to wiggle his way out of this, but there are more red units and yellow units over here compared to the blue ones. Even the grunts are getting kind of picked off and picked on. Oh, that's nasty. That is nasty. Jolteon thinking about that back base, but isn't going for it. Might be more of a grunt pump. Skitterer Chopper's very difficult to deal with here, you gamers. Rock Generation with the 35 Raiders, thank you so much. Hope you had a great stream on your side, and do let me know, Rock, if you feel like joining the remaining series. You're welcome to. If you're tired, that's also fine. Your choice. Hey, this Chopper is an absolute Giga Chat. It just mowed down all the grunts. What the hell? Yeah, that's how you use that. That beam on the skit is AoE, so it chews through the grunt squads, hitting every member with some luck. Team Blue desperately trying to grab this power node because they do need power. I mean, they haven't been allowed to have almost any of it. They got a little bit here, I think. But yeah, that's not really comparable to the big barrels in the middle. Yellow choppers are getting up pretty high in numbers. And that's 2 marine kills coming through. Very nice, very nice. But of course, Zoni Tetsuya is gonna leave it at that. He's coming forward with the Johnny. And the Johnny upgrade is coming in. And the bunker is coming in. There's not enough here to dislodge the bunker itself. And you know, this Johnny can just sit outside, take some damage from the choppers if necessary, and then jump into the bunker. That is really the way to do this. I think that's exactly the plan. It's going to be backed up by several Skitterer choppers, which, once healed by the Johnson Beacon, are actually going to receive more healing than any other chopper could. So this is actually a good synergy as well. And putting the Hunter Captain into the bunker later will be a huge play available to Team Blue. So I'm really interested to see how they can stop that. There's of course the Honor Guard. But as long as you stay near the bunker with the sniper, everything should be just fine. And you just keep crawling forward with the bunkers. Once you have like 4 snipers, you just don't have to fear him. I think he already feels like that now. I don't know about that. I do think you should use the bunker. Be careful here. If the choppers join, maybe this would be a very different story. But that... Ooh! Honor Guard is picked off! Brutal. That hurts. Nice little burnout up front here. Honor Guard's being remade. That is pretty expensive, of course. Every hero loss like that He is a pain. Big pain indeed. Chopper versus Chopper, but the Skitterer support is enormous as a difference maker. Got all those rams and these guys just surviving it. It's no trouble at all. Johnny is in now, in a bunker, or with a bunker, not in it yet. His trusty machine gun and smart missile will be taking care of those choppers, and then Dark Knight is going tier 2, but look, what's he gonna do with that? He might be able to pump out some units, but he doesn't have buildings right now. He's trying to get a Pavium out, supposedly. It's about to be colonized here. The Wonky are already battering him. Some nasty business. 3 snipers in the bunker, by the way. So the honor guard can't really approach this. Oh, he's dead. He definitely can't approach this if he's dead. You have no units, Dark Knight. You're gonna get dropped on. Oh my god. And your friend isn't here to help you. He's a tier 1 shipmaster on 2 bases and trying to make a 3rd generator. That does not align with the reality of the situation. This is not the time to pump the economy. This is the time to help your friend with everything you've got. The beam is coming in, but the monkey dodges it and nobody actually died. Sure, we had some healing and we've got, I think, Pavium inside of this now. Do we though? Wait. I don't think he's inside, is he? I think he got cancelled. I don't see no drone. This might just be it. There's no hope. Not that Pavium would have changed much, but I mean, it would have been something at least. Don't even have the something now. And the 3 snipers, of course, just clipping this hero out of the game. Together with the boys. Monkey strong. Oh, no, it's 8 together strong. That's it. That's nasty. Mr. Jotun has to hold on by himself. He's not going to. There's nothing left here. Off they go to the losers finals. We'll be covering them next. But Los Poderosos is actually heading to the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. That was very, very nicely done. GG's. Bunch of grunts chilling around the map. Oh, there's a discovery. There's only just still has had this whole base meanwhile. Already on 3 generators, slowly climbing. Plenty of turrets. He's been very resource efficient this whole game, right? Barely losing units, so no wonder he can afford all that. Just chilling in the bunkers with the expensive stuff like snipers. And that's that. GG. We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.